Greetings everyone, and great here of another Age of Empires 3 replay. So on the right side is the blue Japanese, we have Platypus Slayer 1. On the left side is the red Maltese, we have Madonna, or Madonna? Madonna. I'm butchering names. If there's a name, I will butcher it really badly. No deck selected, no deck selected. And when it comes to names of the map, we do have the House of Aza. Or in the House of Aza, which can give you access to the Royal Arquebus and the Winged Hussar. Additionally, the Order of Aza can improve your gathering rates for a short amount of time. Additionally, you can perhaps get a round of torps. We do not have a deck for the Maltese 1v1 tower. We got villagers, German tongue, wing and court. Oh, I butchered that like I usually do. Constructions, wood coin, and over allies, sentinels, church research, hospitality, Dren Redden towers, spice trade, Viterosia, cores of wood, knights of roads, crossbows, sentinels, fixed gun, steel bolts, archaic soldier combat, Sovereign Order Malta, Fort, Culver's Factory, and Sicilian Supply. The Japanese has gone for the beginner deck. We got infinite food. I'm not sure why there's infinite food. He may be eyeing for some sort of fast age up. Heavenly Kami, Team Chonido, villagers, wood coin, shrine wagons, Yumi archers, Yumi archer attack, musketeer attack, daimyo, cherry orchard rickshaws, villagers, wood coin, way of the bow, musketeers, close combat, Naginata rider hit points, mounted archers, flaming arrows, daimyo, and flaming arrows, and then shogun. Now this daimyo card I don't really see all too often. And the constrain infantry and boost attack of nearby allies. We do now have a Torii Gates now being deployed out, which will give him one free samurai and a military rickshaw. And his opponent is going for the quartermaster. Broaden's villages does not yet broaden the German tongue. Seeing how much wood he's collecting up, I think he's eyeing for the German tongue very soon, which will give him one command post commandery. Yeah, one commandery wagon and 2 settler wagons. It does cost a bit of wood, but it is a decent card for each one. Though it's a bit expensive as well. Of course, that can allow you to get out some settler wagons, 6 of them. In other words, 12 villagers pretty quickly. Red is eyeing for a trade post more in the middle there, so he has his trade set on up. Down south, we got the ninja slicing apart the local doggo. And we'll steal the dog's food. He's going to feed his family with that. You monster. Shrine wagon there. There's enough room for enough wildlife here for 1 shrine wagon. Then there's be 3 out of 4. Good amount of deer here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like most of the deer may have migrated over here. Either way, there's enough for 2 shrines, and maybe if one of them falls over here, there'd be enough for 2 shrines over here. You now have the chariot or shrine wagons not being pulled on out. His opponent's now going for the Day-ridden towers, which will give him 2 outposts, which also access 2 barracks. So basically 2 blockhouses, which honestly is a little bit weaker than what the Aztecs and some of the other natives can get, where you get 2 war hut traverses, which will also improve their health by 15%. Of course, it allows you to pull out the powerful Maltese Sentinel, which is a cheap, effective musketeer, which is population inefficient like outlaws. Outpost wagons not being pulled on out to protect his trading post. Trading post is taking a bit of damage there. Samurais do have excellent siege damage at 67. Ooh, that's a dent in the fortification every single time. He's out damaging the build rate, so this is a poor placement there. He will lose the outpost. Plus a round of musketeers to help out. The Grand Master's not pushing way forward. And the outpost does go down. He's going for a round of sentinels. Once they get deployed on the field, I'll compare them to the musketeers. The Ashogara, however you pronounce that, musketeers. Outpost getting some decent damage there. The musketeers right now do have 170 health, 24 range damage, 12 range. Versus sentinels, 155 base health, so they actually have a little less health by base. 26 damage, 13 range. They also cost 2 population. They also only cost 100 as opposed to the Ashogara musketeers 120. So they are cost effective, just not population effective, but some of the Maltese villagers are going to go on down. Another round, sentinels being pulled on out.
Yes.
9 sentinels are now pulled on the field. Another Maltese villager gets gunned down, make that 2. So, well, the Maltese is losing a little bit too many villagers, honestly. Ideally, don't want to lose any villagers, but that's always not a possibility. But losing that many villagers, not good. The Japanese player now has a 4 villager lead. The Maltese can help recover by getting out the German tongue, which he has not yet deployed on out. Maybe a good idea to go for that quicker, because he lost a good number of villagers. Maybe 20% of his villagers are now dead.
Fundament.
We got a good number of the Ashogara musketeers pushing forward. Another round of sentinels. Does get a volley there. One of the sentinels do go down. Some of the musketeers gain some hits. Right now there are 20 musketeers on the field versus just 13 sentinels. And he's now going for a round of crossbows. Crossbows do a little bit of bonus damage against heavy infantry, though the bonus damage is quite small at 25%. But if he fights against more of the musketeers, going for steel bolts is very important, because you can see if you read, it says adds plus 0.75% to all action damage against heavy infantry. So he can get a 75% damage increase against the musketeers, assuming he goes for that card in age 3.
Yes.
Going to try to torch down the shrine, which also forces his opponent back. Sentinels don't have actually good siege damage for the population, but reasonable for their cost. Does take a nice volley there. Crossbow does go down. Right now, another commandery wagon and the settler wagon there. Looks like he has civilian drop-off point there as well. Commandery wagon now being trying to point of field. He's going to try to quickly torch it down. He does not have the samurai anymore. And the build rate's too high. Oh, no, maybe not. Sentinel's not trying to engage in melee. The melee attack is 19, which is actually much better than the musketeers. So they do have a good melee attack, that's for sure.
Votre ordre.
I'm going to start torching down the shrine a little bit more. The moose, these megafauna, does get released from the lifetime of just grazing peacefully. Another shipment available. Probably not that. Sentinels could be useful. Maybe hospitality. He is going for the spice trade, which increases the food collection rate from natural food sources. No trade posts here for blue. Blue is now eyeing for a round of samurai for the siege damage. They're basically siege units at this point in time. They're not going to be useful against the sentinels nor crossbows, other than just being decent fighters. But their biggest capability right now is just the siege damage. You will deploy down for the daimyo. Daimyo Mototada just deployed out a handful of samurai. And now I got the cherry orchard rickshaw up on the field. Another round of sentinels being pulled on out. Crossbows are okay, they're cheap in this situation, but they're not a great counter. The daimyo is not pushed way forward, gets good damage on the crossbows. He is classified as a cavalry unit, so the musketeers can do, the sentinels can do bonus damage and melee against him. All the crossbows do go down. Another round of sentinels here. Or for shipment sentinels, hopefully it's being flooded by the commandery. And now I've got the sentinels now trying to engage in melee, which is a good idea for him. They offer him a 20 damage, 1.5 attack speed as opposed to 11. It looks like they all go down. Going for more sentinels, more crossbows. And another settler wagon. The Grandmaster does get recovered and gets gunned down. More sentinels being next to the commander will improve the capability. We now got 15 sentinels here versus the 16 musketeers, so it should go in favor of the Maltese. And now I got a number of Naginata riders. That is not a good idea versus the sentinels, which are heavy infantry. Unless they're going to try to counter the small number of crossbows with them, but I disagree with the Naginata riders. The Grandmaster has been recovered. The Grandmaster has been put down once again. More villagers. He's going straight for wood for his shipments, or trade routes. Naginata riders are pushed way forward, but they will get gunned down. Another round of crossbows and sentinels. Naginata rider does get focused down there. The Grandmaster has once been recovered. And this time he will actually get back home. He does have a hospital here, so sticking around here for a moment to get all of his forces healed up wouldn't be half bad.
Yes?
He decides not to do that. He has an army of 28 units here versus an army of 20. Does get some good shots at the musketeers. Bring a shipment of wood. Both players still in age 2. Japanese player has some resources towards another age, but Maltese does not. Going for shipment coin now. And now going for has gone for a round of hussars. I'm not sure why he went for hussars unless he's trying to aggressively push to his opponent's base. He has like the Dutch allies. Do we see a Dutch church? Do we see a Dutch bank? Don't see a Dutch bank on the field. He may be trying to find some villagers to raid the hussars. Cherry orchard has been depleted. Wait, cherry orchards get 28 maximum gatherers? That's just such a weird number. And maybe the maximum number that can fit around it. That's probably the reason why they went for that number. Even then, it looks like 26 is the number. Either way, he's going to be rapidly seizing up all these food sources here. More of the shrines going down, which have been collecting coin recently. Japanese player does have a bit of export to work with. Another round of sentinels. We got an army of 35 versus an army of 52. 29 which are the sentinels with 19 crossbows. I do not hold much stock in the hussars in an upcoming conflict between two armies. Got some of these samurai here trying to... They have flanked the commandery, getting some great damage there. Musketeers engaging the hussars. Hussars do go down. Musketeers now engaging the sentinels. And there goes the commandery to the samurai. Nice flank there. And they may be able to torch the field hospital. Field hospitals are only 100, they're pretty dirt cheap, but their health is a little less. But they do, of course, have the healing capability. Samurai do stifle the sentinel in melee combat. Samurais are getting some damage on in before going down. Crossbows been hanging out to dry. Samurais are now all down. I've got more crossbows being put up with the Maltese. He's getting close to age up. It does cost 1,200 to 1,000. And once there's enough food, he no longer has enough points. He's going for some of the Hanover allies to get some mercenary hussars. Or maybe those are just native hussars. Crossbows are doing some good damage there. The Japanese player could go for some unique archers as a counterpart to the crossbows. Naginata Rider does get focused down there. Musketeers gain some good damage on in. More sentinels, more crossbows being pulled out of the field. Got more Naginata Riders. Japanese players now going for the team faster collection speed for all resources by 8% to research, however you pronounce it. And ending the relationships with the Dutch. And the field hospital does go down. More Naginata Riders now pulled on out. Oh, he does have a shipment coin there that he has now collected. The villagers are a little bit exposed. Crossbows can some good damage there. There's the Topankorf Hussar. They are classified as native. They have 27 damage. They also have a charge attack of 54 damage. Their health is also very low for a Hussar. So they are less like glass cannon, more close to Uhlans and Hussars. Try to push way forward. Takes us on the reinforcing sentinels. More musketeers from the Japanese player. Got H3 for the Maltese. Does not have another shipment available. And a good number. I think steel bolts is something you should go for first. Because steel bolts will make his crossbows into a very powerful counter to the musketeers. From an okay counter to serious contender. Because right now, musketeers do 32 damage. Crossbows right now do 16 with plus 25% damage, so put it on the 20. If they get the steel bolts, they'll be doing up to 32 damage per attack against the musketeers. Very, very different. Plus a little extra range never hurts them as well, getting 18 range. They become a skirmisher, honestly, with that technology. Naginata Riders, Sentinels are gauging, got around a militia to pull up with the Maltese, crossbows in the back line. Militia take out the Naginata Rider. Crossbows may just want to focus down the Musketeers rather than focus on the Naginata Riders. Some of Red's villagers are mixed on in the fighting as well. Blue's starting to fall back. He's going for more Sentinels now. And it looks like those Musketeers are falling back now. Another round of Sentinels being pulled on now. Commandery being rebuilt. One shipment available there is going for the Golden Pavilion. The Golden Pavilion will provide him 6 Yumi Archers upon completion, as well as giving him some configurable bonuses. And now we do have the Archaic Soldier Combat, which affect the Crossbows, Pikemen, Maltese units. I think the Steel Bolts will be much better. Rather than plus 15% damage, they will get plus 75% damage. That's a little bit more different. Sure, plus 30% hit points can be useful, but I'm a bit more of a stock in favor towards plus 75%. Additionally, the extra range is also hard to calculate, but very useful. So he can always go for both. His next shipment could be the Steel Bolts. Shrines now being torched on down.
Hop.
31 units there. Shrines being torched. You now have the flaming arrow research or being deployment. Going for a round of the disciplined mounted archers. Oh, there's the bank. Got the villagers idle here as well. Japanese player has 44 units versus the army of 33, with 6 of them being militia at 1 health. More sentinels have been queued on up. Flame arrow does get a bit of damage there.
Commandment.
And I do have the Bushido principles now being researched. Looks like he has gone for Japanese isolationism at the moment. And we do have more settler wagons, order dragoons. Going for more crossbows as well. And now we do have another wonder being deployed. Japanese going for H4. He's going for the shogunate. Upon completion, he will get access to a daimyo as well as 600 experience. 600 experience will basically give him a age up. And now we do also have the flintlock research. Steel bolts on the way. That will greatly help us crossbows. They're currently veteran. Going for a deployment of a depot and another commandery. And that is a Japanese shrine there. And now his crossbows will do ×2 damage versus infantry. Now they'll do 42 damage per shot. The supposed musketeers have 41. Arrows will get some good damage. I've got a handful of enemy archers not pulling the field. The mounted archers and the Naginata riders push way forward. They're starting to fall back there. More crossbows being pulled on out. Very nice. Naginata riders push way forward. Crossbows are running a little bit farther back. Good. He does have a depot. It explodes, it does. We'll do 132 damage. Versus on around all nearby units, as well as mass much more damage to structures. Crossbows push forward. Commander does go down. There goes the flaming arrow. Crossbows push forward. Sentinels as well. Blue has a larger force in the field. Red has a smaller force, trying to go for more crossbows and more dragoons. At this point in time, he doesn't really need dragoons. More crossbows would probably be best. Sentinels wouldn't be bad either. He's not a pop cap, so Sentinels in population inefficiency is just fine. More musketeers. He's now got the honor Ashigaru, so now his musketeers are now honored. Guard varies as he is, of course, age up ahead. He also has quite a bit of food stored up, as well as a bit of wooden coin. His opponent right now has not any food being cooked on the up. So just trying to torch down these shrines. There's a loose moose there he can perhaps collect up in the meantime. And the shrines are preventing him from collecting any more food. That's why the Maltese has no food at the moment. He simply can't collect any at the moment. Knights of roads now being deployed in the field. Getting some hospitalers for each commandery, so he doesn't have a whole lot at the moment. You'll get perhaps 6, maybe 9. All depends on this outpost commandery goes, stays alive. Looks like it won't. I think he just, nope, he has that shipment not brought on in, wherever it may be at. There's the Hospitalers, which are a excellent melee infantry unit. Like Samurai, they are a good melee infantry unit with AoE. He's trying to destroy 4 of his armored musketeers with the age advantage. These guys are very souped up, doing 49 damage per attack. More crossbows being brought on in. And blue's now being forced back. We got Army 55 for the Maltese versus the Army of 35. The flame arrows have not been pushing way forward. Hospitalers are trying to charge their way forward to overrun the flame arrows. They are get one. They won't get a second one, however. Sentinels trying to push way forward. Crossbows focus down the flame arrows. Oop, spread the damage there. He needs to grab half of them. Does overkill one by a significant amount. He does not kill the other one. Getting another free shot there. More musketeers bringing a shipment of flame arrows. Another 5 flame arrows. And I think I just saw some shinobi on the build queue. Yep, we got some shinobi, no mono. Shinobis are a light infantry unit and siege unit, which has just damage, no multipliers. It's a weird unit. I don't know why it's classified as siege. I don't know why it's classified as light. At this point in time, it just may just want to be classified as infantry, because I have no idea what to make of it. It's not like spies or other ninja in order to snipe mercenaries, so I have really no idea why it's just weird. More musketeers not being pulled on the field. He's now bringing his another daimyo. Musketeers pushing way forward. That's good damage. Shinobi mix on in. Hospitalers charging the way forward. Crossbows gain some good damage, but they won't do bonus damage for the Shinobi since they're not classified as heavy. We now have additional research here. Patty threshing, more crossbows, as well as the infantry breastplate.
Wave.
Oh, Red is slowly losing some of these command trees. Crossbows being chased. But this is more of an engagement he can counter with. More hospitals here. Hospitals are dirt cheap, so they're easy to deploy on the field. The Maltese can now age up. I don't think that's a good idea. He needs more of a military force on the field. Japanese player is, of course, in great position. Got some multiple daimyo. More flaming arrows as well. More crossbow being pulled on the field. Going for the Papal Guard. He is going for some mills down here, going for a sneaky expansion point there to be a bit more safe. More crossbows pulling the field, but now he's realized a massive number of Ashgar musketeers. 24 crossbows are here versus 49 musketeers and 9 shinobi. Shinobi pushing forward, they do have 14 range. He does redeploy his Grandmaster. And now more Musketeers also being deployed on out. Over here, AH4 is now complete. The Papal Guard did not deploy anything over there. Don't see anything deployed over here, so I'm not sure what actually deployed out.
Bonjour. Oui. Très ordre. Oui.
Crossbows start stepping away. Now going for his Arbalist upgrade, an upgrade to his crossbows. He has plenty of population housing space and needs a lot more food, however. Musketeers overrunning. Arbalists are now complete. And the rest of Red's forces will be wiped out, and Red does back the game now. This is Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.